Manufacturing in the Caribbean. Welcome to part 2 of my presentation on manufacturing. During the last presentation, a broad spectrum connecting manufacturing in the Caribbean was done. This share focuses on a narrow baseline highlighting specific aspects of manufacturing which may be considered the primary focus of your external examination. Before I proceed into this share, let's first separate types of manufacturing in the Caribbean. Primary manufacturing industries. These are industries which focus on the extraction of raw materials from our environment. They do not process materials collected from our environment, example, fishermen, removing fish from natural waterways, or loggers cutting down trees from the forest which would later be processed at the local sawmill. So what is meant by secondary industries? This refers to industries which processes raw material received from primary industries. Examples of these industries are sardine factory. They collect the fish from fishermen, process them, placing them into tin, then send them to the tertiary industry for sale. Another secondary industry is the carpentry shop. Carpenters purchase lumber from sawmill to make furniture. Tertiary industries. These are industries which provide an intangible service. They are focused on management and sales of goods or produce made within the secondary industry. A clear example of this industry are supermarkets, wholesale and shoe shops. All goods found here originates from the secondary industry. Factors which influences development of industries throughout the Caribbean. A. The availability of raw materials. B. Transportation. C. Energy resources. D. Skilled laborers. E. Capital investment. F. Government's participation and encouragement support. G. Basic infrastructure. H. Market attraction. I. Industrial inertia. J. Suitable sites for distribution and expansion. Now let's look at each listed above in more details. Let's start with availability of raw material. Throughout the Caribbean, minerals, forest resources and agricultural resources along with imported raw material contributes greatly to our industries. Sugar cane, citrus, lumber, bauxite, gold, marble, and oil, just to name a few, are some of the region's valuable resources. Companies will only exist where a good supply of the actual raw materials are available. The Cement Company of Jamaica is a perfect example. Its location makes it easy for the mining of the raw material, marl, to manufacture cement. Transport. Wherever there is ready access to communication and transportation, industrial development is likely to occur. The distribution locally or internationally will depend on the availability of ports, roads, rail communication network, etc. These facilitate the quick movement of both raw materials to the manufacturing plant and finished goods to prospective customers, locally or internationally. Energy source. High yields of energy is required in many industries. In bauxite mining it takes many thousands of energy to convert alumina or to aluminium. Because Jamaica lacks the funding to complete the process of aluminium production, only the ore is produced locally and shipped to other countries for further processing. The mining and manufacturing of oil and natural gas in Trinidad attracts a high energy bill. Trinidad is able to offset the cost in their actual production and sale of the finished goods. The lack of a goods energy source delays the process of industrialization throughout the Caribbean. Unlike many of Jamaica's Caribbean available laborers, there are diverse industries throughout the Caribbean. Many of these industries are largely labor-intensive. Large number of workers is required to produce high yield in production. Many such industries require location where the population is dense and laborers can be found easily. However, it is important for us to recognize is that many industries require skilled laborers. It is easier for manufacturing industries to be located in areas where prospective laborers will have previous experience in the field to be employed in. Market. Many industries do well regardless of their location. This may be because the demand for such product is ever high. Thus, regardless of the location, production and sales will continue to increase. However, for some industries it would be best for their location to be at the center of their market. These industries are regarded as market-oriented industries. Interestingly, these may include products that are fragile and easily broken, example glassware, thus being near the local market is good and productive. However, sandwiches used in construction can be located far beyond the confined area of the market, yet the demand still exists and the availability of transport is readily available. The risk of destroyed production is very low. In addition, some finished products are larger in size than their raw material. Transporting raw material may be cheaper than transporting the actual finished product. Some finished goods are perishable more than the actual raw materials. Example, the bakery, the ingredients by themselves will last a longer time than the actual finished product. Government influence. Many countries throughout the world promote decentralization. The encouragement of the establishment of manufacturing industries in rural areas. This discourages laborers/prospective employees from flocking to town or city. Manufacturing industries are given incentives for these efforts in the form of tax holidays and may even build factories and lease or rent them to investors. Linkage industries. Many manufacturing industries interdependent on other industries for survival. In so doing, a linkage chain is created and a host of skilled laborers are available within one geographical area. Industrial infrastructure. The existence of proper services plays an integral role in the sector. The availability of water, electricity, telephone service and internet are the major services needed in most manufacturing industries today. What are some examples of light manufacturing industries found within the Caribbean? These include clothing/free zones, the sewing of cloths by individuals. These goods are packed and shipped overseas where, on the local and international market, they are very much liked and admired. Food processing factories, Caribbean broilers, sugar factories, flour mills, packaged food, electronics, to name a few. What are some examples of heavy industries found in the Caribbean? These include bauxite, oil mining, iron industry along with the mining for minerals such as sand, marl and other types of precious metals. So what are some factors influencing the location of heavy industries? 1. Located near the coast. This enable the importation and exportation of finished goods and raw materials to and from the industrial locations. 2. Waste products are pumped directly into the sea. 3. Several chemical industries are located near each other as the byproduct of one may be required to produce the other. 4. Usually located away from settlements. What are the problems associated with manufacturing in the Caribbean? 1. High operation cost, high cost of raw materials. 2. Increase in taxation. 3. Workers' unrest/strikes and work stoppages. 4. Environmental awareness and regulations. 5. Decrease in demand from customers. 6. Decrease in the production rate of the industries. Problems associated with industries. A. Pollution. B. Acid rain. C. Dumping of chemical waste before treatment. D. Traffic congestion. E. Increased land cost due to industrialized areas. F. Demand for some services by these industries put a strain on the local population's portion of these services. Thanks for stopping by.